Imagine waking up and realizing your entire universe no longer exists. Not your city, not your planet, your entire reality. And then discovering that someone took the broken remains of countless dead universes and rebuilt them into a world where he rules as God. This is Marvel's Secret Wars 2015. For years, Marvel's multiverse had been collapsing. One universe after another, entire realities disappearing. These events were called incursions. When two Earths occupy the same space, one universe has to die. But now there was no more time. Only two universes remained, Earth 616 and Earth 1610. And they were about to collide. While the heroes prepared for the impossible, three men had already reached the end of existence: Dr. Doom, Dr. Strange, and Molecule Man, standing before the beings responsible for destroying everything, the Beyonders. Entities so powerful, entire universes meant nothing to them. Doom had one final plan, not to stop the end, but to survive it. Back on Earth 616, Mr. Fantastic had accepted reality. They could not save everything, but maybe they could save someone. He built a vessel, a life raft, a ship designed to survive the death of universes. Heroes, scientists, survivors. One final chance, but not everyone agreed. On Earth 1610, the Maker had his own plan. No heroism, no sacrifice, just survival. He gathered a Cabal and prepared to escape. And before the end, he launched his final attack. Chaos exploded everywhere. Stark Tower fell, heroes died, entire cities disappeared. Across the universe, everyone realized something terrifying. This wasn't an invasion. This was existence ending. Even villains had stopped fighting. Kingpin held a gathering to watch reality collapse. For one moment, everyone stood together until Punisher arrived and reminded them who he was. No speeches, no alliance, just punishment. Time ran out. Manifold began moving survivors to the life raft. One by one, heroes disappeared into safety. Cyclops, carrying the Phoenix Force, destroyed the incoming children of tomorrow and then joined the evacuation. Mr. Fantastic and Black Panther guided the ship directly into the collision, the center of the end. Everything depended on this. Then, disaster. A hull breach. Part of the ship separated. Inside, Invisible Woman, The Thing, children, Future Foundation. Mr. Fantastic tried to reach them, but he couldn't. The universe moved faster and they were erased. Then, everything became white. No explosion, no sound, no final battle. Just nothing. Earth 616 gone. Earth 1610 gone. The multiverse gone. Out of the white, one thing appeared. Dr. Doom's mask and then darkness. But reality did not end. A new world existed. A world ruled by one name. Doom. Different kingdoms, different histories, different worlds stitched together. Battleworld. And to its people, God Emperor Doom created everything. To maintain order, there was the Thor Corps, an army, a police force, every member a Thor. And one young Thor was about to discover that something impossible had happened. Deep beneath Battleworld, an object was found. Ancient, older than reality itself, a buried vessel, the life raft. The quarantine began, but one mistake opened the door. Weapons flew, old Thor fell, and from inside came survivors. The Maker, the Cabal, people who remembered the world before Doom. And for the first time, Battleworld was in danger. But hidden somewhere else, another raft existed, and inside, heroes from the old universe were still sleeping. The Cabal had escaped, and the Thor Corps moved immediately. An army made entirely of different versions of Thor descended on Utopolis, trying to stop Thanos, Namor, and Maker, and the Cabal. But these weren't ordinary villains anymore. They were survivors of the end of existence itself. Sheriff Strange revealed the truth to the heroes from 616. The Beyonders were responsible for destroying the multiverse, and Doom had somehow defeated them. Not alone, with Strange and Molecule Man. The man who helped save reality was standing beside them the whole time. Then everything changed. God Emperor Doom arrived personally. No army, no hesitation, just absolute power. Even standing before him felt impossible. Reality itself bent around Doom. And for the first time, the surviving heroes understood something terrifying. This wasn't just Dr. Doom anymore. This was a god. But Cyclops refused to kneel. Still carrying the full Phoenix Force, he attacked Doom head-on. And for one brief moment, it worked. The Phoenix actually pushed Doom back. The impossible happened. A god staggered. Then Doom stood up, and everything ended instantly. No long battle, no struggle. Doom grabbed Cyclops and snapped his neck. Just like that, the Phoenix Force died with him. Sheriff Strange made his choice. He betrayed Doom. Using the last of his power, he teleported the surviving heroes away from the battlefield. But Doom saw everything, and Doom does not forgive betrayal. With one blast, Doctor Strange was erased. The sheriff of Battleworld, the man who helped create this universe, dead. And for the first time, Doom stood completely alone. After Strange's funeral, Doom descended beneath his own kingdom, below the statue of Molecule Man, into a hidden chamber, and there the truth of Secret Wars was finally revealed. The Beyonders were never just cosmic beings. They were the creators of reality itself. And every Molecule Man across the multiverse was secretly part of a single being, a bomb planted inside existence. Every universe had one, and when the Beyonders wanted a reality destroyed, they detonated its Molecule Man, and ending that universe instantly. So Doom created an impossible strategy. He gathered the Molecule Men from across the multiverse, combined them into one massive living weapon, and turned the Beyonders' own creation against them. The bomb exploded, the Beyonders died, and Molecule Man absorbed their powers, giving it all to Doom. That is how Battleworld was born. But even Dr. Doom's perfect world was beginning to fail. Rebellion spread across kingdoms. Barons turned against each other, and Valeria, Doom's own daughter, began questioning him, because pieces of the truth no longer fit together. Meanwhile, the most dangerous alliance imaginable had formed. Reed Richards and the Maker, two versions of Mr. Fantastic working together, not to save Battleworld, but to uncover the source of Doom's power, because if Doom's power had a source, then maybe God could bleed. Peter Parker and Miles Morales infiltrated Castle Doom. Inside they met Valeria, a child raised to believe Doom created everything, but now she was beginning to suspect the truth. And Peter confirmed her worst fear. The people from the Life Raft didn't kill Doctor Strange, meaning someone else did, meaning Doom lied. Deep beneath the castle, Peter and Miles finally discovered the real Molecule Man, not a god, not a ruler, just a man. Hidden beneath the world, the true source of Doom's power. Elsewhere, Black Panther and Namor reached the Isle of Agamotto. Using the key left behind by Strange, they entered a vault of forbidden weapons, artifacts collected across countless realities, and among them something impossible, an infinity gauntlet. One powerful enough to work in Doom's kingdom. For the first time, the heroes had a real chance. 3 weeks passed, Battleworld descended into chaos. Kingdoms rebelled openly, a mysterious figure known as the Prophet gathered armies against Doom, and even Doom's most loyal barons, Apocalypse, Maestro, Mr. Sinister, couldn't stop the cracks spreading through reality. The God's perfect world was collapsing. But the greatest threat stood at the shield, the massive wall protecting Battleworld from the horrors outside. There, Thanos spoke to the being forming the wall itself, a gigantic version of Ben Grimm, the Thing. And Thanos did what he always does the best. He broke someone's faith. The Thing rebelled, the shield collapsed, and suddenly the horrors beyond the wall were free. Zombies, monsters, madness. All rushed toward Doom's kingdom. Battleworld had entered its final war and God Emperor Doom was running out of time. Battleworld has become a battlefield. Armies from countless realities marched towards Castle Doom. At their head was the mysterious prophet. But the truth was finally revealed. The prophet was Maximus, and he had gathered an army large enough to challenge a god. As the war intensified, Doom's loyal barons began turning against one another. Mr. Sinister seized the opportunity to betray Madeline Pryor. But before he could enjoy his victory, Apocalypse struck him down. The kingdom Doom had built was devouring itself. Then came the impossible. The Thor Corps rebelled, led by Jane Foster. The very force that enforced Doom's rule now marched against him. For the first time in 8 years, Battleworld no longer feared its god. Even Maestro joined the uprising, leading an army of world breakers into battle. Every kingdom, every rebel, every survivor, all moving towards one destination, Castle Doom. But while the armies fought, two men had a different objective. Reed Richards and the Maker, two versions of the same genius. They weren't trying to win the war. They were trying to steal something. Something Doom considered more valuable than any kingdom. More valuable than Battleworld itself. The last true treasure of the multiverse. As Reed, Maker, and Star-Lord approached Castle Doom, their ship was destroyed. The battlefield swallowed them whole, but they continued forward, because the fate of reality depended on what waited inside. Outside the castle, chaos only intensified. A giant Ben Grimm rampaged across the battlefield. Susan, Valeria, and one of the Black Swans rushed to protect Doom. Then the sky opened. Franklin Richards arrived, alongside Galactus. A Galactus under Franklin's control, and Franklin revealed a shocking truth. To him, Dr. Doom was his father. Ben Grimm looked at Franklin, saw the child of Susan Storm, and made a choice. Rather than fight him, he accepted his fate. Galactus unleashed his power and Ben Grimm fell. Susan could only watch in horror. Meanwhile, inside Castle Doom, Star-Lord fought for survival, armed with nothing but a tiny Groot twig. In desperation, he stabbed it into the World Tree. The twig began to grow and grow and grow, until a giant Groot erupted from the heart of the castle itself. Elsewhere, Susan and Valeria reached the hidden chambers beneath Doom's kingdom. There they found Reed Richards, the man Susan believed had died years ago. But before they could reunite, the truth came crashing down. Susan accused Reed of murdering Doctor Strange. Reed answered with a simple sentence, "Doom killed Strange," and suddenly everything Susan believed began to unravel. Outside the castle, another army arrived. An army from beyond the fallen shield, the dead, zombies from ruined realities, and leading them Black Panther, the king of dead, alongside Namor, and on his hand, the Infinity Gauntlet. Then Doom appeared. Thanos stood before him, unbowed, unafraid. Doom offered him a place among his barons, a chance to rule, but Thanos laughed. He didn't want to serve a god. He believed he already was one. Doom's response was immediate. He ripped the skeleton from Thanos' body, ending the Mad Titan in an instant. Black Panther attacked. Infinity Gauntlet against Beyonder power. The clash shook Battleworld itself. Reality cracked around them. But the battle wasn't meant to be won. It was a distraction, a way to keep Doom occupied, because somewhere else Reed Richards was approaching the true source of Doom's power. Beneath the statue of Molecule Man, Reed and the Maker finally found the truth. But greed overcame the Maker. He betrayed Reed, trapping him in a temporal field, reducing him, devolving him, turning him into an ape. The Maker believed he had won. Then Molecule Man intervened, and in a single moment, the Maker was reduced to a slice of meat, his betrayal ending before it truly began. Doom immediately realized what was happening. The battle outside had been a distraction, so he abandoned the war and teleported directly to Reed, because in the end it always came down to them. Dr. Doom Reed Richards one final time. Doom mocked Reed, mocked his failures, mocked the fact that even the smartest man alive couldn't save the multiverse. But Reed saw through him. He understood something no one else ever had. Doom didn't want power. Not really. He wanted validation. He wanted to prove he was better than Reed. Reed pointed out the truth. The first thing Doom did after gaining ultimate power was stealing Reed's life, his family, his future, because deep down Doom knew something. Something he never wanted to admit. Reed would have done a better job, and finally Doom confessed. Yes, Reed Richards would have done better. The moment Doom admitted the truth, everything changed. Molecule Man transferred the Beyonder's powers, not to Doom, to Reed. The power of creation itself passed into Reed Richards' hands, and Battleworld began to die. Kingdoms vanished, worlds shattered. The artificial reality Doom had built collapsed around everyone. The age of God Emperor Doom was over. As Battleworld crumbled, Black Panther used the reality gem, escaping the destruction, returning home to Wakanda, where a new future awaited. And then something miraculous happened. The multiverse returned. Universe after universe was restoring. Reality rebuilt. Life returned and worlds reborn. Miles Morales awoke on a restored Earth. His friends were alive, his mother was alive. Everything he thought he had lost had returned. A final gift from Molecule Man repaying for a simple act of kindness. A hamburger shared at the end of the world. Beyond reality, Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Franklin, Valeria, the Future Foundation and Molecule Man began the greatest project in existence, rebuilding the multiverse, one universe at a time. And in Latveria, far from gods, far from wars, far from power, Victor Von Doom removed his mask. For the first time his face was whole. No scars, no disfigurement, no throne, no kingdom, just a man. And as he looked at his reflection, Dr. Doom smiled. The God Emperor was gone, but Victor Von Doom remained. And with this, the story of Marvel's Secret Wars 2015 comes to an end. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Will the MCU be able to adapt this in the upcoming Doomsday and Secret Wars? And if you like stories that go deeper, subscribe and follow me on Instagram.